Oh my word. Holy smokes. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I was over here reading this story and I got all caught up. How is everyone? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I thought, oh, I looked at I didn't even have my phone set up. I was like, what the frick? And then it was starting on couple questions and I had to go through all that. Yeah. I'm late. I'm 2 minutes late. I'm sorry. How is everyone? Good morning, Burke. How are you? Mr. Kazi's down there working on some couple question stuff. He wants to do that again tonight. I didn't even take my medicine. Wandering. Hi, Brad. Still collecting. What the? Be doing that. Holy smokes. Girl, get your shit together. Get your shit together. So what's happening, everyone? Is everybody doing are you guys going to have a good Memorial Day weekend? Don't forget to thank Yvette. Hug them. We're not doing too much. He wanted me to go to the store and get stuff to like have picnic food. I got to make my potato salad and that sort of thing. Brad, where are you going? You hanging with your friend? Are you barbecuing? Burke's up there in the Canada, so she doesn't do the Memorial Day weekend. Do you guys have a Memorial Day? V-Day, right? Isn't it V-Day for you guys? Do you do that? That should be coming up, right? When is it? I'm on my way to see my friend. Oh, good morning, Jarella. Your first grandbaby. You're gonna love and hug on that baby, huh? Wait. So the UK does the the 2020. No, I don't want that. VE Day. Why is my number locks not on? May 8th. Oh, you guys already did it? What? How did I miss that? Or did I miss that? I don't know. I know, right? Congratulations. We got grandbabies in here. We had May 2-4 weekend last weekend, which is Queen Victoria's birthday. Oh. Yeah, our Memorial Day is like for our veterans. Good morning, Stephanie. So, my office was closed yesterday, so I have a 4-day weekend. I did absolutely nothing yesterday. I mean, I boiled the potatoes and the eggs, but I didn't do anything else. I said I'm taking a whole day off. A whole day off from life. And it was good. Been going through so much stuff lately. So, I took the damn day off. And then I have Monday off. So, I still have this is like my Friday. I'm going to consider this my Friday. So, I'm getting all my chores done. You know? I was just looking at this. Fallen veterans. That's right. That's, I love our country. I'm sorry, I do. What is this for you? Why are you up? What is this? Oh, this is. I'm like, what's going on in my StreamYards? Here we are. I bet you are excited. That's exciting. You get to spoil someone. And then they get to go on those, they get to go to all the houses with you. Stephanie, how's your move going? Are you getting settled in? Are you getting more settled in? Yeah, when Mr. Kazi comes in, I have to have him tell you who he wants to talk about tonight on Couple Questions. I don't know anything about the story. He was thinking about talking about the Luigi character, but we're not gonna talk about that tonight. We're gonna talk about see, I don't know. He's just giving me these people and then I have to research them and come to him with the questions because I didn't research it. I should have, but I didn't. What is her name? Lori something. Good morning, Nico. Blessings to you. I have a lot of people that are, that their sons are like, old enough now that they're starting to go into the service, which is amazing. Pretty well settled in, except the teenagers. Well, you know, I don't blame them. They got a whole 30 years. If you're going to stay, if that's your forever home, they got a whole forever to get settled in. They get settled in until they move out. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. That's how it goes. I'm still got this thing on my face. My boss that keeps checking in on me because he asked me what we have another sitch at work. Unfortunately, I mean it's not a great story and I feel bad and we're trying to figure out how to help. But he has to check in on everyone if they show signs of maybe, DV. I said, this is psoriasis and it's stress related from this place. So he keeps checking in on me. He's like, you can't be stressed. What can I do to help? I'm like, so I'm just, taking my time. We all know my plan. We're taking our time. I'm entertaining things. And I'm not going to make a move until I am completely happy with it. So I entertained two things. I listened to what they had to say, and we'll just keep motoring on. We'll keep motoring on. Where is Mr. Kazi? I need him to tell us who we're talking about. Yeah, that's Harley. Oh, he's got system issues. He's got system issues. Corey Richens. Hi, good morning, Granny. Hi, Andre. Good morning. Granny, we're going to be talking about Corey Richens tonight. I believe that's who it was. For some reason, I was thinking Lori, but Corey and Lori, they sound so. I got it. I think I'm right. So we're going to be talking about her tonight because he's been following that case. So you guys don't have a barbecue or anything to do. 7 o'clock tonight. Good morning, darling. Don't be picking at the chair. Yeah, no, Stephanie, you're fine. I know you're having your little housewarming party. I hope you got a lot of gifts and had some good snacks. You know. So we got Harley on the pumpkin. She's doing her pumpkin stuff. 17 months. Thank you for being a part of this. We've been through some ups and downs and you stayed and I appreciate you. I truly appreciate you. I don't even know where to begin. Like I really don't even know where to begin. I don't want to be involved in your bullshit. Let me just like hang over here, drink my coffee. You know? Like it's just too much. There's too much going on. I got too much in my real life. Like like literally my real world is kicking my ass. I don't need nonsense. Okay? We don't need it over here. We're just chilling, talking about the news, talking about the Royals. Got the hiccups. It is what it is. I am, however, very vested in this Rosie stuff. Rosie stuff. Now she's doing this documentary, or she like weaseled her way in. How does that happen? If I know of a story or like a storyline, how am I working my way into being like on the documentary that's being that's going to be on HBO Max or ID channel, whatever it is? How do they like not vet these people properly? Don't they have like a research department? Shouldn't they have researched her and her YouTube channel and her online shenanigans to see that she's still involved in this? How does that not work? How does that work? Because then I want to get myself involved in stuff like that so that I can, potentially get paid to go places and get paid to, do whatever. I'll hop on a dental documentary in a minute. It was a good one, Jarella. It I know eventually he's probably gonna wanna talk about the Nancy Drew Frey. Is that her name? Why do I keep saying it? That's Virginia Drew Frey. The lady that's missing. I think he's eventually gonna wanna talk about that, but I didn't follow that case either. It's like, what the hell? So, just give me what you wanna talk about, and then I'll research it. I'll read it, and then we'll go from there. But there's that. There's that. Oh, no. Damn it. I lost my little topper on my tumbler. Guthrie. All right, I was close. I was close. Drew Frey. I have Drew Frey in my mind because I'm listening to all this stuff that's going on. All this breaking stuff that's going on over there in the UK's with the Andrew. We'll get there. We'll get there. I have all kinds of stuff up for them over the ponds. And I just pulled up Google News and stuff like that. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about that I didn't know what was going on. Oh, Granny, thank you. I'm leaving for Alaska today. A 14-day Oh, my God, I'm jealous. So I will be in the air for this evening, but we'll be in the ocean for next Saturday. But there. Aw, thank you, Granny. Thank you for your support. The Flo! The bacon. That's exciting. One of the things I've always wanted to do, like when I was a kid, like you wanted to be everything in the world. One of the things was I wanted to be a photographer for the National Geographic. And that was specific because my grandfather collected the National Geographics, like he was on the subscription. And I'm telling you, he saved all of them. When I had to clean out the house when we were renovating and eventually selling, I the amount of National Geographics I found was astronomical. And they weren't hoarders. They weren't hoarders. He had them all in like a nice area or whatever. But that was his thing. That and a really beautiful set of encyclopedias that I kept. They're really beautiful. They're not like the red ones. He bought a special edition. They're like white leather with like, they're beautiful. So I kept those. They're up in my attic. When I get a bookcase, I'll be able to display them. And I don't know how old they are. There's probably 17 million things that aren't in it that, but whatever. It's the abacus set, okay? But yeah, that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to go to Alaska and take photos of the glaciers. I was always fascinated with that. Always fascinated with that. We're going on our second honeymoon 50 years? Woohoo! There's Mr. Kazi. 50 years. Holy smokes. Now, me and Mr. Kazi would have had a fighting shot at that 50 years had we not taken 20 years off. I mean, I'm not, we are where we are and we're who we are and where we're supposed to be, but that we won't hit 50 years. Oh, goodness gracious. That'd mean we'd have to still be around for another 46 years. I mean, which is possible. But holy moly. We were talking last night. He's like, not 50, 40. Still, does it matter at that point? Once you get past 20, does it matter? It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's, whatever. I feel like that with us, though. I know where we're going. We're coming home to one another. I adore that man. The wrench theory on Nancy Guthrie. Oh, see? I've been married 42 years, July 18th. Sorry. Don't be sorry. That's amazing. What's the secret? Am I like, ignoring certain things? Is that the secret? Just turning a blind eye to like, not putting the pans in the pantry the right way? Believing you, not believing you, would not believe how many anniversaries we've missed weeks later. Or a couple days later, we'll be like, aw, it happens all the time. Mr. Kazi's really good like that. He celebrates Ambush Day and he celebrates the anniversary. He's really good about that. Me, this is going to sound terrible, but it's not because I totally adore that. Like I said I do to the man that I always loved. But Ambush Day, which is in March, means it is more special to me than it's going to sound terrible, but then like the anniversary of the wedding, even though I adored my wedding and I am, happy that we did. But Ambush Day just is like a little teeny tiny bit more special to me. Because after 20 years, the day before a pandemic, your long lost love calls you and says, "Hey, you want to talk?" It's pretty special. Next month, 44 years marriage, July 4th, 59 of friendship between us. Cheese and crackers. You guys. Tarella's been going on for 20 some years too. Tater, all of yes. I'm the newbie. I'm the new one. It doesn't matter. We found each other, right? That's all that matters. But you enjoy your vacation. 2 weeks in the ocean, that's amazing. And it's probably still really cold up there, even though it's hitting on spring. I watch a lot of people that live in Alaska and they talk about how like they have 23. I knew it was like in the 20s. I know, like they talk about like living in Alaska and how like they have to go bulk shopping because like there's not too many stores there. There's this one girl I watch. Well, I was watching. Now she's gonna come back in my feed again because I'm talking about it. She's like her and her husband moved there. I think he's in the service or something like that, or he's there for a reason. And she's doing like the TikTok and all that, and they're living pay to pay. She doesn't work because she's got two little ones and just had a baby, so she's got three now. She gives good tips on like, well, if I haven't used this in 6 months, I'm gonna, she's gonna sell it. So she's been doing like Facebook Market and selling things to like kind of earn some money to come in a little bit of money or whatever. But then she starts the dry grift and tells everybody that she's like, you know, well, we're like, I only have a half an onion to cook with tonight. And, so people are sending her stuff. And for some reason, I just feel like she's just dry grifting a little bit. And then, and then she'll go and people will send her a lot of stuff, and she does put it in boxes, and you see her taking it to the shelters because there's other families in that area that are in need too. But for some reason, she just kind of she's borderline grifting, if you know what I mean. And I'm like, yeah. Ugh. That's definitely it, Granny. God first. That's what we do. God comes first, and then he comes second. Same thing with Mr. Housey. God comes first, I come second. We just prayed before I came live. Tater, don't you worry about it. I was late too. I was over here reading the stories and all that, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's 10:01. I should be there. Don't worry about it. You're here. Good morning. Happy Caturday. You had to do a thing. I'm a little worried about that damn virus, so I'm going to be safe, but yes, we'll enjoy myself. Yes, I was reading up. That's what took me so long to get here. The snow caps on the mountains last time we went in July, everything was warm. You lost touch. One day out of the blue, he asked me if I was seeing anyone. Thank God I wasn't. Oh, okay, 4 years. How long are we? We'll be 6 in September. I was reading about the virus. Jarella, that's what she goes and she's got the WIC, the Women, Infant, Children program, like she's got that. And like she'll show people that they're only allowed to have certain things. Now, she definitely wants to feed her children healthy and fresh produce and stuff like that. I'm not digging her on that. But she will tell everybody, like, we're not allowed to buy, this or that, which, you know, I don't have a problem with them putting rules on what you can and can't buy, right? I don't. Like, they're kids. They should get the produce. And freaking produce is expensive. So that's another thing that we got going on. But she they're sending her, like, she's saying that she can't go and, get makeup or, pamper herself and self-care and all that. And I'm like, why is that even a topic? Why are we talking about that? When you're like this started out as like you're making half an onion. So anyway, they're sending her all kinds of stuff. Then when she was having the baby, they were sending her all kinds of stuff for the baby because she said she just can't afford new things. And I don't know. Kind of like it gives me a little bit of the ick. And I'm like, because I like following these young creators. The one girl out there in Vegas who is as beautiful as like you can get, friggin' hilarious. Her crafting, the way she paints, writes, and does all kinds of stuff she's just like a little Martha Stewart. And she's constantly doing giveaways. She's constantly doing giveaways. She takes care of her postal workers, like her postal worker, and like all of her. She's a creator, so she gets a lot of packages. So she has a huge refrigerator and stocks it with all kinds of drinks for them. Has little games. She's got a claw machine outside, and she puts like the coins in there so that they could play like the coin game, the claw game before they leave. And she'll put things in there like um iPod, like Apple earbuds, and she puts all kinds of like really good gifts in there, like Beats headphones. Like she really takes care of them, and she makes the content, but she doesn't make it like she's trying to. You could tell she's just genuinely a sweet little. They're a young couple. They're just like really sweet, and then she goes and does all kinds of crazy shit. Like the paper. Paper mache, not paper mache. Like the streamers that you get in the dollar store, that people just hang from like the ceiling. And it's just like this, She went and did that to her husband walked in and she said, I wanted to make my living room a carnival tent. She went on the ceiling and I mean the whole entire huge room. And she put paper streamers and she like, you know, um, taped it up and it looks like a tent. I'm like, oh my gosh. You know who I'm talking about, Tater? Serena? She is freaking adorable. And she's making like, every holiday she's out there. Every holiday she paints her bathroom. Poor husband and the poor bathroom walls. They have layers and layers and layers of paint. But I love her. I love watching her. And then there's this other couple that he has his own channel and she's a baker and they kind of, I guess they met online. I don't really know. I'm making shit up. But they met and now they're boyfriend girlfriend. And she continues to do her baking. She's a fantastic baker. She just, like, does beautiful stuff. And he's always doing like these like little uh competitions with her. They like run into the grocery store and find like whatever, whatever. And then she put yes, Tater, she did. She's always putting that damn picture up. But this couple, now he's taken her across he's taken her all over the world. They went to Australia. They both went like on opposite sides of like say Sydney. He was on one side, she was on the other, and they had to meet each other at like a certain like area. They did it in France. They were on separate sides of Paris, and they had to meet at the Eiffel Tower, and whoever got there first won. And they like bet for $2. They're not like, they're just totally betting $2 between each of them. It's hilarious. I love them. But there's a lot of people out there that are like grifters and like slimy and all that. But then you find these and they're like a breath of fresh air. But that's Serena, man. She cracks me up. She's always getting pictures. Did you see the one where she just made a deck of cards? She got blank cards. She's like, I gotta have a deck of cards. I live in Vegas. And she got her Cricut out and she made like all of her cards and she put Don as her dog. Don. He's so cute. I just like when I see young influencers doing like creative stuff and then using their platform to like do good and not want the credit for the good deed. So, I don't know. It's a palate cleanser from all the other nonsense that's been going on. You know what I mean? Like when we get caught up in these communities and we get down into the dirt and the mud and all that, and I'm guilty of it, but it's nice to have a little palate cleanser. She has a full-time job. You know what? I never found out what her full-time job is. I never found out what her full-time. I know she's doing like she's got her own little lash. She's beautiful. She calls herself Crab and everything. She's so cute. I love her. I do. I watch her all the time. And I especially love when she's in the bathroom. That is probably my favorite part. So I'm like, what is this girl going to do to the bathroom now? So I guess we're ready for. She already did her May bathroom. I guess we're ready for something else. I don't know. We should look her up. She's so cute. She's a fun watch. And she's from TikTok, so she only does the shorts. She's coming out with a little bit of long form, like putting everything together. All right, let's go here. Oh my gosh, she's got over 2 million people now. Yes, Harley. Did you just have your crunchies and you're telling me all about it? Is that what you're doing? I'm gonna find a good one. Let's see. Don't start your shits. Oh, it's going blank. It's going blank on me.
new pants. Why are you wearing new pants to paint? Before I paint my bathroom, I want to. It's May, so let's make this a Mother's Day bathroom. I love every bathroom more than the last, and maybe even this one the most. I'm gonna miss you so much.
That was her Easter bathroom. So she's, she's doing for May. Let's just skip through to where she
take down the decorations. Today's about efficiency. This is a paint primer, like a 2-in-1 shampoo.
She's very loud.
Wearing new pants to paint. Valid question. If I can get it out.
We'll just watch it. She just paints. Look at her. She does this every freaking season.
And even one of the light bulbs is burnt out. Good morning. Me and my performative eye patches are ready to start on the design. I look like a pirate walked into Ulta Beauty. All right, let's paint. I was thinking either a giant mural.
She doesn't take herself seriously at all.
Throw showers, bring me flowers. And I just think moms are flowers. Okay, I think I'm just going to do a few stems because I'm seeing a Devil Wears Prada 2 with my friends in like 30 minutes. This is the green I got for the stem. Like a little beanstalk. I'm going to take a movie break and then I'm going to get a ladder and finish these. Came to the wrong theater, so I'm going to go to a different theater.
Yes, Harley. I'm just going to put this in here. I didn't realize this one was that big. I forgot how long they are.
Stencil out how big it's going to be. And then we're going to make it blue. It's cute. Let's do some more. And a few flowers, and I'm going to draw on some leaves. Oh, this is so cute and springy.
And you can't, you can't do the...
Fun. And to the middle of all the flowers, I want to add a little yellow center. This one doesn't need a center because it's the white. It's looking so cute in here.
I don't want to jumble up the audio because it's annoying when someone talks over a video. But this is all freehand. It's all freehand. Wait for you. I will let him know. I will definitely let him know. And you have safe travels and please enjoy yourself. I'm very excited for you. I love hearing about people going away. Thanks for coming in, Granny. Be safe.
I feel like a little bug living in the bushes. The last thing we need to do is add some decorations. First, I remade my Easter basket into this terracotta pot with hydrangeas. I'll put that right back in the corner. And because there's no sun in here because it's a windowless bathroom, I made a sun so that the flowers can photosynthesize. Woo! I'm gonna use these picture strips. I wonder if it'll stick. No, I'm gonna try again. That was close, I think. Fine, I'll get the ladder. And of course I have to incorporate my mother in a Mother's Day bathroom. So I printed some stickers of her face and she's going to be the center of all of my flowers. And then I have a silly one. And even though it's really bright in here because of the sun, I should probably switch out the light bulb. I would invite my mom over to see her flowers, but the ironic thing is she had eye surgery this morning and can't see right now.
She's so cute. So anyway, that's Serena. She does, yeah. She has her lashes, and she calls herself. She says it's her shell. So she does her own extension. She does her, she's got her eyelashes, and they're not like the tarantula ones. She's beautiful, and she's just an all around. She's all around feel good channel. She's just an all around feel good channel. She's really cute. She's really cute. So, I'm sticking, guys. But that's what I do. I look at the shorts and I get caught up. I'm now caught up in, I put it in the Discord. I tagged Ocean because it's a girl she's a young girl and she scuba dives down in the Keys. Well, she lives in Florida, but she was in the Keys when I started watching her, so I just assumed. But she goes down there and she shows you all different kinds of species of the fish and what she finds and all that. It's really cute. She's always finding an octopus. So when I saw that, I sent it to the Discord for Ocean to take a look and see if she was interested in the channel. Because it's really interesting. I'm like, darn, she knows all of those fish. And half the fish I never heard of before. But they do say that we don't know half of the species in the sea. We've not uncovered everything down there. That's okay with me because I'm not I mean, I'll go sit on the beach, but I am not about to go into the ocean. I do not like it, not at all. I don't like going there at all. I like going down to the beach, but you can keep that shit because I'm not going there. And if I don't have my water shoes, forget it. I don't even want to walk on the sand without my water shoes. It's hard walking in sand. We have the fluffy sand. Like, you know how, like, each beach, I did go up and down the coast, so I know, like, I've seen the beaches that are along the coast. Jersey has the fluffiest sand. It's difficult to walk in. Um, Babe, she wants you to research. Uh, oh, she asked me about Andrew. Yeah, I think he's going to go. Oh my gosh, I missed all these when I was looking for that thing. This is the one she asked. Kanika Jenkins. Tater. Kanika Jenkins. Isn't that a community on YouTube that's where the bomb came from? I'm gonna write it down because I'll forget the name. Let me write it on my. Isn't that where she came from? Yeah, pool. It's almost pool season. It's almost pool season. You can sink in the Jersey sand. And if you're wearing flip-flops on the beach, it's a pain in the ass because the sand gets caught in it. And then, yeah, you have to wind up walking barefoot, and it's friggin' blazing hot. Ashley from Aren't You Exhausted just showed us the picture that she burnt the shit out of the bottom of her feet. I ain't in the mood for any of that. I think so, Tater. I think Bomb got kicked out of that community. I think that's one of the communities that got rid of her. Yeah, I think so. I remember that name. Oh, that's a deep dive for him. Oh boy. Oh boy, Granny. You got him started. I think that is one of the communities that got her told her to kick rocks. 'Cause she's in there doing the same thing she's over there doing now. I haven't checked in on any of that nonsense. I see Michelle's back and I'm like, I'm not even going anywhere near there. I'm gonna stay away. Stay away. Starting to get annoyed at everything. Like really annoyed. Like really, really annoyed. You know? Just leave me alone. Anyway. Now listen, I want to know what you guys are doing this weekend. I want to know. I got to put all these to the back so that we don't. Because Granny mentioned the virus and the cruise. And is it the same thing that they because this is from there's like another thing that's going around. Avoid the noid. Yeah. So the hantavirus is the one that was on the cruises, right? Wasn't that contained to just like a certain area? But then I have another news story that came up and said that U.S. passengers flying from Ebola affected countries are being rerouted. Early Thursday morning, um, Michael Rupert, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, went to Uganda's uh, Entebbe International Airport to catch a flight. At the airline counter, he told the agent he was headed to Michigan. And he said that the man at the counter did sort of a double look, then asked me, was I sure if I was going to Michigan? The man at the counter showed him a memo from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. He tells me that I have to arrive at Washington Dulles International Airport. The first thing that was going through my mind was denial. I wasn't sure if this was real. So apparently, Friday evening, it was announced that 2 additional U.S. airports will start screening in the next few days. The Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport and the George Bush Intercontinental Airport in Houston. The African countries, the DRC and Uganda, have been hit with a growing Ebola outbreak, which the WHO declared public health emergency of international concern on May 17th. Already, there are 800 suspected cases and more than 180 suspected deaths. So now there's 2, right? Yeah, it is a washout. So we got the hantavirus and now the Ebola outbreak. What the hell's going on? The hell's going on? I just read that. And I'm like, why are we doing this now? The hell? Whatever. Only 11 persons infected with the Ebola virus have been treated in the United States. All cases were associated with a large 2014 to 2016 Ebola outbreak in West Africa. 9 cases were imported. So why are they why are they it isn't so no, I'm not worried about the hand. No, I'm not worried about any of that. I'm not worried about any of that. I don't know. See, it's like that fear mongering stuff. Listen, I think we should all be on alert and we should wash our hands and, work in clean spaces. But they're making this seem, yes, there's a new Ebola outbreak was officially declared in mid-May 2016 in the Democrat Republic of the Congo and Uganda. The World Health Organization has classified this event as a public health emergency of international concern through the global risk outside the region remains low. So, I'm not in the mood to go through another one. Really, seriously, I'm not in the mood to go through another one. And the guy that I work with, he's all like, he's like, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But to be fair, he is a dentist and was a dentist in India and worked through the panty. And there, he showed me pictures and I was grossed out. But I don't know what was going on over there because everybody's different. But within if you got they had this thing that was going around, like if they have, He mostly like just pulled teeth, right? He was that in his area. That's what they go to the dentist for. The infection would eat like the roof of their mouth and start into their sinuses, and it would be gone in 3 days. And I'm like, oof. And he was showing me pictures. I'm like, whatever. So he is very sensitive to these sorts of situations. We all should be on high alert, but he was extremely high alert, and he's like acting like we gotta hunker down. And I'm like, all right, we're not there yet. Let's relax. We have the sanitizer, and people should wash their hands. It's okay. You were behind. What were you me tooing about? I'm not going to get all worked up on it. Did you guys hear about the coal mine explosion in China? I heard about 90 people dead and some still missing, praying for everyone. I did hear about that. There was a 6.0 earthquake over in Hawaii, and now there's the chemical I guess plant is causing havoc over there in Orange County. Yeah, watching. Hi, Lady Autumn. Hello. They do love to scare us, Jarrell. That's why I'm like, what the frig? Like, I want to know about natural disasters because you can't make that shit up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like paying attention to what you can say. It's not a natural disaster, but like the hurricanes and stuff like that, and the earthquakes scare me. The earthquakes definitely scare me. U.S. Let's see. Yeah, it's in Orange County. I wanted to make sure that I didn't know like Orange County, like maybe it's because I just watched The Housewives and I don't really know, but I didn't think Orange County, California had like um chemical plants and that sort of thing. I thought they were all just like, living on caviar and sipping champagne. And that's me being completely ignorant to that part of the United States. An unprecedented situation was taking hold in Orange County on Friday as a tank at the aerospace firm was at risk of exploding and releasing highly toxic chemicals that can cause severe respiratory distress and lead to hospitalization. An estimated 40,000 residents have been asked to evacuate, affecting portions of the cities of Garden Grove, Anaheim, Buena Park, Cypress, Staten, and Westminster. Disneyland is outside of the evacuation zone. This is a highly volatile and highly toxic, highly inflammable. That's what it is. Craig Conover, a division chief with the Orange County Fire Authority and the incident commander. Uh, One, if it fails and cracks and all the product leaks out into the ground. So they're taking efforts to prevent the liquid from getting into the storm drains and the river channels and into our oceans. And that would be the best case scenario. Otherwise, it could explode. It's MMA is what's in there. It says MMA is very toxic. Short-term exposure involving inhaling the chemicals vapors can cause significant irritation in the lungs and nasal passages and can also cause nausea and dizziness. At very high levels of exposure, it can cause severe respiratory distress and hospitalization. So they don't know if it's going to like leak or if it's going to explode. That's what's going on over there. So 40,000 people are being evacuated. Like, what the frig? I honestly didn't know that those kinds of things resided in Orange County. I really didn't know that. The Corey Richards case is wild. I guess so. That's what he told me. That's what we're focusing on tonight. It's a couple questions. I think that's what he decided. I didn't know Orange County was big chemical production. Thought it would, I think like not to be rude, but like Botox and filler and shit like that. You know what I mean? They do, Brad? I didn't know. Well, that's what they're watching right now. They're keeping their eyes on that. I mean, I hope it doesn't. I hope they get it under control. Nobody wants to deal with that nonsense. I really didn't know that. I really didn't know that they, I thought like certain areas didn't have, you know what I mean? Like money. There's people around. There was like, they were bitching about cell towers in one of the towns that I lived in because they didn't want to look at it. You want to be on your iPhone, weirdos. I just don't care. I just have to get up, go to work, and come home. You know what I mean? At some point in, time, you just got to stop caring about everything because you're just going to drive yourself nuts. That's all. Here's a tease. After Corey Richards' husband died suddenly in 2020, she wrote a children's book about coping with grief to help reprocess his death and charged with his death. Yeah, that's what Mr. Kazi, he, like, he gave me the cliff notes on what the story was about. So, not in my backyard. That's exactly what it was, Jarella. Put it in someone else's backyard, and you just assume that, like, Orange County. No offense. We hear stories. We watch TVs. So, but anyway, Lady Autumn, that's he just, told me in passing what to look out for, and that's what he wants to talk about. So, I'll have 1,000 questions. Hopefully, you come with yours. And have Mr. Kazi, keep an eye on the chat so he can stop and answer the questions that are in there. I'm taking my vitamins, okay? Forgot to take them. And if I don't take them, then we're all screwed. We're arguing about huge wind generations to put up. Yeah, I know. Nobody. Yes, 7 o'clock, Stephanie. 7 o'clock. I'm gonna take my pills. I don't want you to see me put them in my mouth. People. People will be thinking that I'm doing something stupid. They're vitamins. Okay, they're all washed out. I take like a freaking huge amount of vitamins every day. Ever since the surgery, they're like, you gotta take this, you gotta take that. And freaking calcium's like that big. I'm like, holy shit, why is calcium vitamins like so big? Although calcium's good for you, ladies. Amen. I used to haul contaminated sludge that was dredged from the Potomac River and disposed in his waste dump in Oklahoma. It's definitely in your backyard. Look, Mr. Kazi, he is so excited to come home and tell me this. We have a landfill right around the corner. I never knew it. I never knew that it was right there, literally right there in the same town. So, and there was a building that was like kind of in its, not hiding it, but what was in front of it on the road that we travel. And they took the building down. He's like, no, he said, how long's that been there? I said, probably years. We have one right there. Whatever. Whatever. I'm sorry, but wind power is stupid. You said it, Darrell, not me. You said it, not me. What do you, I see? We don't get political, and then if I give an opinion, and everybody's going to be like, "Oh, she's this, she's that." So I don't get political and get into all this nonsense. But like, seriously, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Cows farting and killing the ozone layer. Like, really, really, every living being passes gas. Okay, we all get gas. Logic and reason aren't political. Well, it's true. But then that they like you say something and everybody's like they just and a lot of people, not you guys, like you guys are, we're here every Saturday talking about dumb shit and some serious stuff. But there are people that get highly offended over some certain shit, and I'm just like, what? Dude, it's not really involving you. It's like it's not personally affecting you. It's- I mean, it's that's what she said. So you can't go outside and you can't fart because you're part of the problem. Not like, any other pollution that we're doing. Not like, us blowing through the ozone, right? It's a protective vapor. Am I wrong about that? I could be. I I did pay attention in science. In fact, I loved science, especially when it came to like, biology and stuff like that. But I think when you like, you send things through the ozone layer, you're putting a hole in the ozone. On top of that, with the pollution, it just gets bigger. But please, by all means, blame cows on the pasture farting. Please, please. I had a girl who got so angry I wasn't in the convo that stormed out crying. I was shook. They did put you in a box. All right. I agree. It's one thing to have home wind generate with these things now. Exactly, Lady Autumn. Like, we grew up in a time when you were like, there's things that you just don't talk about, at work. Like, you don't talk about politics and religion, right? Now, people like, I feel like there is, I guess both sides do it, but honestly, it's people. It's not even the parties, right? I take the parties out of it. It has now become actual people. It has become actual people. And there are instigators. There are instigators that want to bait you into a conversation. And if you don't have their opinion, some people need to pick and pick and pick and pick until you blow up. And then it's like, oh well, look, that's exactly what we're talking about. That's how you people are. No matter what side you're on. It happens on both sides. Drives me insane. I like don't beat me into that. Like, don't beat me into that. People make who they prefer to sleep with their entire personality. All right, listen, Draw. I didn't know if I should say anything, but I have to say this because it is becoming like do you, boo? Do you, boo? But when you're trying to insult my intelligence in front of me, I'm not down with it. I'm literally not. I can't. Like, stop it. Just stop the nonsense right now. I I don't know where I was. I missed the first interaction with this person, and like, he had to return to finish his treatment, and well, I have met the first person in real life that identifies as an animal, and he identifies as a dog, and he officially changed his name to a dog name, and w- wears like a dog collar with like, and I've been in PetSmart and I have contemplating getting the cats, little name tags with my phone number on it so they don't get lost and they come back to me. But so I've seen what it's in. It's really big, and make sure that his name's on it. And I don't know how to respond in those situations. Of course, I'm like, You're here. I'm taking care of your need. It's like, you're having a toothache. I got to make sure you're taken care of." How are we doing this? So I'm like really entertaining, like, those jobs that are work from home and like, insurance physicians. I'm really entertaining those because I can't deal with the public anymore. I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not ever going to be okay with that. I'm never going to be okay with identifying as an animal. It's just not going to happen. Say what you want. I don't care. Cancel me. Do whatever you need to do. But I am not going to be able to like handle that. I already had somebody come in and identifying as a child and dressing like one and speaking like one. I am not going to deal with that. What do you do? How would you handle that? Yes, Lady Autumn. Yes. Yes. And like, I can't say his name because I wouldn't violate HIPAA no matter what. But it's not like, I mean, who's to say what your name is? Like Prince changed his name to a symbol, but still, like I can't, no matter if like we were private or live or whatever, I can't, say the name, but it's a dog name. They want you ignorant, angry, sick, divided, dependent on the government, so you'll vote them in. Kimmy's canceled. I- How did we get here? How did we get here? Again, I don't give a shit what you do. Your walk in life is your walk in life. You be you. I grew up being like being told that I could be anything I wanted to be, which I understood as like a career or, like whatever. I didn't realize that that was also part of the conversation because that like, whatever. Cancel Kim. I just don't understand how we got here. If you came at tell me Rafito the dog, no. I'm not going to cater to your delusion. This is now twice I've had this happen in this office. The child one was, everybody, kind of got a good kick out of it because I was like, whatever. I mean, he paid like a huge it just yeah, we had the what was it? The CNC, the little thing you put the thing down, it ran around, and went to the animal, and it made the animal's noise. 17 months old. That's normal. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. Tinfoil hat. Ah, I don't know how we got here. That's the whole thing. I can't ignore it. I mean, I can ignore it, but the whole time I'm interacting with them, I'm just like, what's going on here? And Like, what's going on? I don't know. Like, did you call the veterinarian first before you needed your root canal, or did you have to come to me? Like, that's that's where we're at, peeps. That's where we're at. Yeah, they're not going to because they're like, they're coddled and told that everything's okay. I don't understand it. I'm never going to understand it. I don't care if people come at me because I don't understand it. I'm just not going, I'm not catering to it. Like Jarrell said, I'm just not catering to it. Like, that's weird. There's something lacking. Death by a thousand cuts. Actually, I read that as death by a thousand cats, and I'm like, what do you, like, because they're allergic? I don't know. Did you need or canine? I don't know if it was a canine or not, which is funny because we have canine teeth. I don't know. Anyway, that was one of the stories this week that I had. Fight me, Venflo. I mean, I'm like, I really don't care what you do. I'm not the one that has to I can't answer for you. I have to answer for me. I have to answer for me. I'm walking my own path with the Lord. Okay? I have to answer for me, and it ain't my place to be judging. I'm just like, I'm in wonderment is what it is. When like, and I see all walks coming through my door. And I wonder. I wonder about a lot of people. The lady with the grapes. So apparently we're not allowed to, and like, do you mind if I tell the story, Inflo? Because like, this is how we're getting, society is getting this way. You will eat the grapes. I'm gonna wait for you to say I can tell the story because that kind of like really got on my nerves. This story, this like, yeah, you gotta let me tell it. Okay, good. So I don't know why Enflo and I like, trade food stories, but she's always letting me know when she got her popcorners. And by the way, I'm back on the kick again. But side story, I lost 2 more pounds. So officially down 66. So there's that. Anyway, grapes, I'm scared. So, like, I buy grapes every single week. And I pick the pack. I don't go in. I just pick the pack that looks good, right? And I hate the fact that they're not in the bunches anymore. And you like they're rubber band up in my store, they're rubber band up because they're purposely selling a certain amount of grapes. And they're like for a little bit there was like bigger bags. And I was like, I think there's no way I'm gonna go through all those grapes. But I'm like, I feel like I have to buy them knowing that I could just pick some out and put them in another bag and move on about my day. Grapes of wrath. So poor Inflo's over there, and she's getting like grapes for her family. They don't go through them. She's just getting, she don't go through grapes like I do. We do eat a lot of grapes in the house now, but so she told me the story. Like she got the bag, and they wouldn't go through all of those. They would go to waste. So she took like say half the bag, right? So she took one of the bunches out and put it in another bag. And a woman came up to her and started arguing with her and asked her where she got that bag from. She said, so then the person that buys this bag is going to get less because you took half of them, insinuating that she stole, like, that she was kind of like stealing and like doing something. No, they're purchased by the pound, you butthead. So maybe somebody else needs half the bag. Because I kept for the longest time was getting roped into buying the whole thing. And I'm like, I don't need that many. So what the hell's the difference? Why are you going up to somebody, confronting them about buying 1 pound of grapes as opposed to two? If they only need 1 pound, what's the big deal? Maybe there's somebody that needs 3 pounds of grapes. And grapes are freaking expensive. Mine aren't on sale anymore. They're like freaking $6.99 a pound. There are so many Karens in the world. Now Enfla's like, she don't want to go by the grape section and get grapes. She got the little ones that want to, have some grapes. It's unbelievable. I would not have the balls to go up to somebody and say, like, I get Mr. Cosby's like, I want bananas this week. For the longest time, I ate a banana a day. I can't do it. I don't know why. They do say when you have this surgery that sometimes your tastes change and there are things that you just can't eat anymore. I haven't, I'm turned off by grapes right now. I mean, bananas. So he wants bananas. And I'm like, I'm not going to buy 5 bananas because I don't think he's going to eat a banana every day. And I don't want it to go to waste because the last couple of times we bought them, I had the brown bananas and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do something. Never did anything with them. So I break the bunch. There's usually like 7 to 8 bananas on the bunch. So am I going to get in trouble because I broke the bananas? I wish somebody would come up to me. I told Enflo she should have went up to her, like, and said, "It's okay, Grape Ape. I only need a pound." Right. Oh, yours are $4.99? That's a steal. Mine are $6.99. And then the organic ones are like $11.99. Could you imagine? How do I know that they're organic? You're just saying that they're organic. I don't know that they're organic. I don't know. They're in the organic aisle. And, I think that part is like a ploy to get you in and like, it's healthier. But I'm like, you just wash them. I'm 52 years old, 53. I'm okay. I've survived. I've survived. I've actually taken blackberries off the bush down the shore and have eaten them. I'm okay. The banana breaker. I know I can freeze them, but then they turned it. They're too bad. They're like way too gone before I can freeze them. It is ballsy to walk up to a stranger and start arguing. I like seriously. I could never. Like there are people like before. I haven't seen it in a really long time. But remember when like my dad used to do it all the time? He'd go over and my brother does it. He'd go to the fruit section and they'd be eating like picking grapes off the bunch and eating them or cherries. I'm like, what are you doing? Well, I got to test to see if they're good. I'm like, one could be good, the other could be sour. Like, it's a risk that we're all willing to take buying a bag of grapes. I don't know. But going up to somebody and arguing with them over like their purchase and saying, like, oh, so then the next person's only going to get half? Yeah, if that's how much they want. Or they could just pick the bag that they need and you can motor on about your day. I would never. I could never. I could never. Now I go food shop and I try and go on like now I'm starting to go on Thursdays. Thursdays after work are easy breezy. I get in there, I do my thing. Check this out. I went Thursday night and I'm coming from work. So I have my work bag, which is my handbag, but it's like, one of those tote bags. So I have and it fits my water jug in there and it fits my lunch bag. So I like have it all, packed up and I'm like, on my way home. Da-da-da. So I'm like, I don't want to I'm not taking this whole big bag in the supermarket. I'm just not doing it. So I put it in my trunk and I go into the store. I'm walking around. I'm listening to like, whatever in my earbud, just like motoring on, doing what I got to do. I'm going back from um, a text message to my list because Mr. Kazi sends me his list in a text message and I have to go back and forth. And I'm like, "Ugh, I'm going to forget something. I know I am." So I'm like going back and forth, not paying attention to anything, zipping through. Now he wants ice cream this week. So now once I get the ice cream, I got to get to the cashier and get home because freaking 95 degrees. So I'm sitting there watching everything and I'm like, oh boy. I'm like watching the thing. I'm like, oh, please don't let me go over my budget, because we got to budget this. We got to budget. We're at a day and age where we all have to budget our groceries, which is bullshit. But I get to the thing, there's a woman behind me and she's like, the total came to whatever it was. It was under 150, and I'm like, "You gotta be kidding." I said, "You're kidding me, right?" And he's like, "No." I said, "I'm not gonna argue. I would have bought more ribeyes, but all right, I'm not gonna argue." So, yeah, so is yogurt. It's still ice cream bars. So, frozen yogurt. I'm sorry, I'll correct myself. So, I'm putting all my stuff in now. I have to bag my things a certain way because it drives me nuts when I go home and I have to like, all right, the pantry's got to be open and then oh, this goes in the fridge. So I bag my shit the right way. I get everything bagged up and I'm like, okay, all right, this is awesome. My total is under 150. I forgot all of my money. It was in the car. I said, and they knew that I was like sincere, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I said, I got like a front row seat. I'll be right back. I had to run out to the car, get the money, come back, and the woman behind me was very nice. She's like, it happens. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, that happened to me 20 some years ago, and I swore I would never allow that to happen to me again because it was embarrassing. So I'm like walking out thinking about that, jogging back in, and I don't run. So I'm jogging back in. I get to the thing and I said, I'm so sorry I tried to be as fast as I could. She's like, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. And she was still the only one in line. And I'm like, I am so sorry. So I paid for my stuff and I noticed that she had barbecue stuff. She was going to a party. She had like 6 bottles of her, like, her champagne and like, burgers and all that stuff. So I said, because I just inconvenienced someone and I felt really bad. I said to the guy, I was like, can you grab one of her bottles of champagne and I'm going to pay for it. Now, I did peep it, and it was barefoot champagne, so I knew that it would be cheap, and that's why I said I was going to pay for a bottle. She started screaming, "No, you're not!" And I'm like, "No, I just want to do I feel really bad that I inconvenienced you, made you wait. Like, I just, I want to, I want to do that." And she's like, "No, no, no, no." So she starts pushing her cart into me, and she's like, "You're not doing that. My aunt already gave me the money for it. I don't want to do that." She's like, "I just got back from Hawaii. I don't need it. I'm blessed." And I'm like, "I know, but I want to do a random act of kindness." She's like, "I'm not nice. You don't need to do anything on me." And I'm looking and I'm like, "Oh my God." And then she started running me over. I said, "You're hitting me with your cart." She said, "I know because I'm not a nice person. Get out of here." I mean, she was giggling through the whole thing and it wasn't like an aggressive thing. But I was like, all I wanted to do was be like, like say that thank you for not being rude, like, not giving me a hard time because I made a mistake. I was like, all right. Well, here we are. We're trying to be nice to people, and this is how we're being treated. Whatever. It was bad info. It was bad. I may start getting your groceries delivered. Grocery stores don't care. That's why they sell them per pound. Now, don't be separating the beef. No, I wouldn't separate the beef. But I will tell you that I got their New York strips this time because they were on sale. I got almost 2 pounds of the New York strips, like two separate, but they were in one pack. I think it's like 1.83 pounds of New York strip for $17. Now I should have stocked up. I should have stocked up, should have got a couple of packs. I shame on me. But I wasn't in the mood to be buying meats this week because that's when things really start to take a turn. So I only got the one. Maybe I'll run up and get more, but whatever. I don't know which stand you're talking about, Nico, but Mr. Kazi might. That's why I order all of my meats. My butcher has an is amazing with prices. You need to try it. Tater, there's the one butcher that Mr. Kazi took me to last summer. For some reason, I I panicked going into it. I don't know what. I just if we go to a butcher, I'd have to send him. I can't do it. I can't. I can't do it. I don't know what happened. But there is a butcher not too far from here, like in between my house and my work, that we've gone to. But they're not, I don't know about them. But I should try and check it out. Try and check them out. Because I think they get it. I don't know. I definitely should be going, especially since I'm now like into the ribeye and the steak stuff. because I need to get my proteins in. And chicken, I don't know. Chicken's boring. Like I was on that kick, the Greek style chicken there for a minute. Uh, that's all we do is chicken and beef. He likes the 93.7, but it probably would wind up being cheaper. If they're on sale, you should. I know. 17 something. It was less than $18 for 2 New York strips. And one of them will get me, one of them is like 3 meals. You can't with chicken. I know, like I'm starting to get, there's only, like, I'm trying to find fun ways to make chicken. And Mr. Kazi won't eat it if I make a lot. He only eats it that day, maybe the next day, but he doesn't do chicken leftovers. Babe, do you know what Nico's talking about? What stand she's talking about? Because I don't know. All of our stands here are like closed down. We have a couple of pop-up ones on the side of like, busy roads but they don't have much. It's a shame. It's really a shame because I would prefer to go. We have so many farms around here. There are a lot of farms. And Jersey, I didn't know one of our, what's it called? Not products. One of our oh my god, the word escapes me. Like Georgia has peaches and Florida has oranges. We have blueberries. I didn't know that. Pennsylvania's mushrooms. What the hell is that word called? I'm totally spacing out. I know what I'm talking about. But I didn't know that, and it's blueberry season. I didn't know that most of blueberries came from Jersey. Oh, you do? Yes. Okay. Um so blueberries are on sale. I got like a whole pint for $2.99. I was like, I'm definitely buying those because I'm still doing my blueberry overnight oats or the garden steak. I know, but we don't really like we get in the summer, at the end of summer is when we get the Jersey corn on the cob. That's really good. And then we have Jersey tomatoes. So, but they're only like they're a very short window of time. I know, Drill. I eat the hell out of the blueberries. Since I made the blueberry oats months and months and months ago, every morning I have my overnight oats. Every morning. I shouldn't say morning because recently I haven't been able to have breakfast, but I've eaten them at lunch because there's like yogurt and the dairy in it. And I'm like, I gotta eat these. But I make them every year. I mean, every week. I make 5 containers so that I have them for the week. Jersey tomatoes, yeah. So that's the story with M Flow's grape ape guard. People are now like, giving you a hard time for taking what you want. Could you imagine if we were in a real emergency? Like you're not over consuming. Like we were just in it. 2020. You couldn't find toilet paper. Everybody was buying the toilet paper. And all the cases of water, not leaving anything for anyone. What the hell? Year round, I go twice a month, and the honey for my allergies is a must have. Is that right? Honey's for your allergies? We had like a little produce place right here in our town. I friggin' loved that place. It was reasonable. They went to the shipyard and got fresh stuff. Like they packed it like the fresh produce. They would go and they would pick up every day. I loved it. I absolutely loved that little store. And they were like kind of like it reminded me of like a little it reminded me of one of the stores I grew up with in the neighborhood as a kid. So I just had that homey feel. They had to close down because people weren't shopping there anymore. Like the town kept them together through the pandemic. Like we really shopped there instead of the big box. But after that, everybody went back to the big box and they wound up closing the store. And I'm like, man, I miss that place. But they had really good produce. Mr. Kazi, the reason I said that is because Mr. Kazi would go, and that's where he would get his honey because it was locally sourced. So he would get, and they're like sometimes they would have like flavored or whatever, like blueberry honey or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not down with that. But he would get his honey from that store. And then if you go to like the fruit stand that I was talking to on that busy road, we went in and like a little jar was like $20. I'm like, oh my word, honey's freaking expensive. If you eat honey made within 20 miles of where you live, it will help your allergies because the bees are local. Well, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. I never even thought to put two and two together on that one. Well, so much for buying the honey we buy now, honey. We're going to have to go and find local ones. Says the man who eats honey like it's going out of style. Just saying. I don't know. I mean, that makes sense. Bees keep this world going, I'll tell you that. The little pollinators. Love honey and mint in the tea. I know. I know. I know. You still haven't used that little bag for your mint. I bought him like this little silicone bag because he puts mint leaves in his tea. So I bought him like a little like bag that he can just like, it hovers in there so that it disperses and he's not drinking the mint leaves because it when you get Mr. Kazi's tumbler of his tea and there's like tea bags and mint leaves in there, I'm like, ugh, I don't know. It's just slimy leaves, like because they're wet. You know what I mean? I know they taste good, but I'm like, you have it taste like plastic. Of course, it tastes like plastic. On your crunchy and sweet honey on your toast. I don't know. I'm not like I make if I use honey, it's in a recipe. I don't usually I don't put honey on certain things. I don't use it as a sweetener because I have monk fruit, the monk fruit sweetener. Because I've tried to use honey as a sweetener. I'm allergic to maple. We all know that. So I use honey as the sweetener. And then I'm like, well, it's not doing what I thought it would. It's just I have to adjust to getting away from the freaking real sugar. Diabetes. Yeah, I don't know. Your husband's gotta really watch that. Luckily. Luckily, I just got my blood work done. And everything's normal again. My iron dipped. I'm like, wow. So that's why I'm eating the red meat. I'm not up in the iron. I hate iron. Have you guys taken iron? And if your body doesn't absorb it, you know it happens. It's gross. No, but I love sugar. I love sugar. I haven't really been getting down and dirty in it. I mean, I have had Tony Chocolati or whatever that guy's called. Jarella, there's no way on this earth I will live with leg cramps before I ever get liver. Ever. There's absolutely no way in the world. I grew up with my grandmother cooking it and it gagged me just smelling it. There's no way I'm getting it past my lips. No way. No way. No how. I just started taking the magnesium because I've been having real bad leg cramps. Uh, yeah. I look, everybody's got a story. I really, I prayed on it. I prayed on it. I prayed on it. And I was being told, like, don't get the jib jab for the, you know, the 2020 thing. And I had to with my job. I had to. I was forced to doing it or else I wouldn't be able to go into certain offices. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And then no sooner did I get it, Philadelphia took the, you know, uh the mandatory away. And as soon as that happened, I don't know what happened. I was never anemic before. My doctor's like, "Do you know you're anemic?" I said, We're finding this out together." And we went through all of my blood work because I get blood work all the time. He's like, "Yeah, this is weird." I said, "I know what it's from. I don't care. Call me a conspiracy theory. In my opinion, allegedly, and all that, blah, 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 blah." Yeah, which one did I get? The one that you had to go twice. Like, it did, like, I don't know, Johnson and Johnson? Was that the one you had to get two? I never got a booster. I'm not getting a booster. No, not doing it. No, Nico, get out of here with that chopped liver. I shouldn't take meds because of my liver, so elevate my allergies with honey. I use honey over my yogurt and fruit. Babe, we all know that I'm not a doctor. We're good. We just got a handful of people in here. We're not, we're just chilling and taking our time. And they are, in my opinion. I'm talking about what my doctor said. I'm not telling anybody what they're doing. I tell everybody, like, what's going on with me. Anyway, I started taking magnesium. So we're going to see if that helps in conjunction with iron and potassium. Well, that's good to know, Terrell. That's good to know that I got something that really wasn't. I literally did pray. We both prayed on it. We would pray every night. Like, should we do this? Like, is this something that we should do? And I'm not against it. If that's how it made you, like if you wanted it, get it. But for me, I have a weakened immune system because I got the psoriasis and I'm very sensitive to a lot of things. And I said, I don't know. Is this the right thing for me? I put it in God's hands. And I was told no, and I went against it. And then here we are. And then it's not a punishment. It's not a punishment from the good Lord. It was just, he was telling me no because he knew I was going to come up with this. Yeah, my feet, like my body itched from the inside out. The bottom of my feet were torture. It was like an itch that you could not get a hold of, and the bottom of your feet. And it happened both times. It happened both times, and my doctor's like, and I thought the first time I was like, well, I did just come back from Florida and I got a lot of sun. Maybe, I'm in like going through something because of that. No, He had to give me steroids both times I got the vaccine. It's weird. Yeah, well, that's what I thought it was, the potassium. But then I was reading again, and they're like, it could be magnesium, and I'm like, well, screw it, I'll just use that supplement too. You're against it, don't do it. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Avocado is a good source of protein. Mr. Kazi's on the avocado kick, which is, I mean, it's not bad. I can't get past the texture, so I'm okay on the avocado. You can keep that. You can keep it. You can have my part. I don't do that. I just don't do it. I can't do the avocado. Can't do the avocado. I've been picking good ones for him though. For someone that's never bought one and never doesn't eat it, I've been picking good ones. Also, I am usually on Pinterest. That's where I've been spending most of my time. For some reason, I'm into like gathering and saving a lot of like Asian dishes. I got the ingredients in the house because I went on like every week I was going and pulling something off the shelf from the Asian section. So just scrolling through. And since it's summer season and watermelons are coming out, I was like, well, I found this little thing on Pinterest, and the store has whole watermelons for $3.99. I mean, they're not huge. They're pretty decent size. Enough for two people. And enough for me because I'm the one that tears up the watermelon when it's in the house. So it said, like, the way you pick watermelon is if it's got lots of webbing, it's dull, this, like, the rind is dull, and it has a large yellow spot. None of this knocking on it, none of that. It's got to have like a yellow spot, webbing, and be dull. It says get it. The other one says if it's like, it's just got like small ribs and a white spot, leave it because it was picked too soon. So I sent Mr. Kazi the picture of why I chose the one I chose, because usually he goes to get the watermelon. And I'm like, let me tell him why I did this. So I sent him the picture and I'm like, that's why I got that one. Yesterday I cut it. Oh my word. I thought it was too early in the season to have it. That sucker is friggin' amazing. That sucker is amazing. Yes. I'll put the picture on the community tab. I was like, holy smokes. I was like, this person's right. So when I told Mr. Kazi, I was like, hey, like I got the watermelon. Come on, it wants my address. I can't get into Pinterest on here. But yeah, it specifically said buy it if it's yellow. Uh let's see if this comes up. Oh, this is exactly what I got. This is exactly what I got. Can I says all right, I'll share this. You can take a screenshot because I don't know. It's not letting me share. You know how it goes over here. There you go. Take your screenshot. Don't be buying those big ones because you think you're going to get more watermelon out of it if it's elongated. Hi, Scrange. Welcome in. Just talking about how to pick watermelon. If you like watermelon up there in the Canadias. So that's going to be the go-to guide from now on. And I'll tell you, it was absolutely juicy and sweet. So very, very excited. You're on Top Chat. Like Nikki says, you were a victim in the Top Chat. There's nothing like a warm fig, right? Trees warm from the sun. So amazing. Well, Scrange, that's how you buy one. The ones that are already cut up, like I get the convenience because I made a mess on my counter yesterday. And I was a little scared because I had to get out the big Michael Myers knife that's extremely sharp. So I was a little nervous about being like liquidy kind of fruit cutting up. I was nervous. But if you go, they have like a big boat, like a big container of pre-cut watermelon. And I'm like, oh, it's so easy. I'll just go get that. Until you pick up the thing and it's 20 some dollars. As opposed to $3.99 in the bin and just cut it yourself. Freak out of here. And you don't know what the watermelon look like, what they cut, because sometimes I got a bad batch. I'm not paying $20 for watermelon. Get the hell out of here. I've been victimized. Yeah, we used to have when you were a kid, did you have, like, the watermelon seed contest? Like, they would put us out on the pavement. They wouldn't let us eat the watermelon in the house. They would give us a big slice and throw us out in the pavement, and then, so they just hose down the stoop. And then we would, like, be spitting the water seeds out. And I get the seedless watermelons now. I don't wanna be working around the freaking watermelon seeds. Get the frick outta here. I don't need that nonsense. But yeah, watermelon's been a part like, that's a good freaking when it's ice cold too, get out. So now Mr. Cosby's like, "Do you want me to go get another one?" And I'm like, "No, we have a whole one we have to eat. It's gonna get slimy. Let's just get through that one. If we have to spend $7 on another one, then we'll spend the $7. We know how to pick it now. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're buying produce. We're buying good stuff, not snacks. I'm not spending money in the snack store, snack aisle." Yeah, they just hosed us down. I know, the good old days. We would get, like, it was called Maroni's. He was in a water ice truck that would come by. It was so good. Like a water ice, I don't know if you guys have Rita's around, like that, like Italian ice. We call it water ice. So Maroni's would come around. You'd hear the bell, and then Jack and Jill would be around, and then Mr. Softy. So you got your choice. We would always go to Maroni's. When we got that, we had to sit out on the step too because we weren't allowed to have the water ice in the house. There was a method to those women's madness. He said, "No, no, no. You little monsters are going to sit out on the steps, on the hot cement steps, and eat your water ice." They have shaved ice trucks here. Yeah, shaved ice isn't like water ice. I know there's something about a water ice with a soft pretzel. So now I can't eat the pretzels anymore because I only got a baby belly, so I don't know. Downstairs fridge to get nice and cold. Got the water. They cut it. Yeah, right out there. Yes, we did the same thing. We have one, it's called the, shaved ice. I think it's called koala. It's definitely koala something, and we have, like, in my, where I work, there's, like, professional buildings, like, little professional cluster of buildings, and on one side is, a center for autistic children, so they came by there. They had, like, it was, like, one of the first hot days of the season, and they went over there, and my boss ran out, and he's like, "Can you come over to my office?" So he paid for everybody to get a water ice or shaved ice, and I was coming off from work, and he's like, or coming out from lunch, and he's like, "Come on, come get one with me." And I'm like, "But I don't want one." But it was like they put ice in the cup and then put the syrup all over it. Ours did have a sugar-free version. And I'm like, "That's not a water ice." And he's not from around here. I'm like, "You don't know what you're doing. Like, you just don't know what you're doing. Like, thank you for purchasing it." It was so gross. It was so gross. It was like little tiny pebbles of ice. I said, "No, this isn't a water ice. We're not doing that again. I don't care if it's sugar free or not." And she's like, "You can get any size you want, like, if you want a small or a large." And I'm like, "Well, that's kind, but, do you have a kid size? Like, I just want, like, a little baby size." And then I wound up throwing it out because it was really, really, really bad. It was real bad. Real bad. Now, if you got the Rita's water ice, that's where you go. That's where you should be going, to the Rita's. And Rita's has sugar free. They have quite a few, like, they're the popular ones, like cherry, lemon, uh, and they might have, like, a fun flavor, like, the cotton candy I know is not friggin' sugar-free, and that's, like, my favorite one. And then cherry, and then the lemon is not the lemon anymore, they changed it. But, yeah, they have sugar-free it, and they have sugar-free custard, so, like, Rita's is taking care of the sugar-free peeps. Talk about him doing a dance. Oh, my word. Well, I mean, yeah, Rita's does. They really do. They really do. And you can get like you got to go with the kids thing. Like, hot take on this one. And this is before I had the surgery, so like when you like I go to Mr. Kazi would always be like, "Do you want to order ice?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go to Rita's." They have a kids like a kids thing. It's called a flight, and it's like little scoops that they put. It's four of them, so you get four different flavors, and then they put like a custard in the middle for like an extremely low amount. You can get like a medium water ice for like whatever it is, or you can get that and have four different flavors in a little custard to have like both the best worlds. Remember what? Kimmy Arby Barbie. Mr. Kazi wants the barbecue. Yes, we got the barbecue out last week. My brother came over. He grilled the burgers. Yes, we are barbecuing. We got burgers and hot dogs. That's what we got. I have some chicken in there, and I'm thinking, should I grill some chicken? Frozen custard. Jarrell, it's called soft serve, but it's like frozen custard. It's so good. It's frozen, but it doesn't give you brain freeze. It's amazing. Vanilla with chocolate jimmies, that's where it's at. I'm telling you. Like being like having the surgery is like it really like you can't overdo things. So I can get a kids thing. Should I be eating fat free, sugar free? Sure. Am I going to be realistic? Yes. You should try it. They have sugar free. You should have sugar free custard. They should be. Should I get a barbecue grill or a Blackstone? Well, it's called Blackstone. I don't know. Like a Blackstone is like a griddle to me. It's an outside griddle. I mean, I know people love it, but I like the grill. I like the grilling on fire. Charcoal is the best. May not be the best thing for you, but a charcoal grill, that's the best. Putting a hot dog and burger on there. However, we can't have it because the HOA. But I also appreciate that they don't let us have the charcoal because then it could cause all kinds of damage. So being able to have a grill outside in an HOA is a nice thing. I appreciate that part until they tell you it's Labor Day after Labor Day, like the next day after Labor Day. Get rid of it. Okay, whatever. Just like they shut the pool down. Yeah, it's hot until October around here, but they shut the pool down after Labor Day. Because, you can't go in it until late June and you have a few weeks to enjoy it. But we're paying all that money. It's the only thing I use as like, an amenity. Let's not get started on the HOA. I just don't want to do it. Brats, hot dogs, salads, bocce baked. I bought baked beans, so we haven't had those in forever, and I know the boys like them. So I did get a can of beans. I'm making the potato salad, burgers and hot dogs. We had kind of a picnic theme last week too. I made pasta salad with the burgers and sausage and peppers. Sausage and peppers last week was fire. Yeah, I would definitely go with season one, the water ice on the boulevard. Oh, we did it. We did it. We did do some things. We did a lot of things in season one. And now we're old and tired. We don't do anything. We need lidocaine patches in the fridge to help our back feel better. Because the Tylenol just isn't working. And we're not going to get hooked on some other stuff. So, hey, if we need lidocaine patches, I got it. I got a hookup. I got a guy. Exactly, Jarella. The kids. It really is. You know what I love? Now, don't come for me, okay? Because sometimes when you're in your fifis, and you need like to feed your fifis because it happens to all of us. Probably not Jarella, but don't tell her I said that. Sometimes we have to feed, we have to emotionally eat. And as bad as they are, terrible for you, not healthy, I don't care what anybody says, nothing hits like a freaking chicken McNugget. I didn't have them for 20 years. And a few years ago, I was like, I'm going to go get me a nugget because I don't know what made me get the nugget. So every once in a while, and probably like one every 6 months, I get a kid's meal. They have the chicken nuggets in the kids' meal, and they come with a little sleeve of fries that's not good for you at all, but it's perfect for me. Like 4 nugs and a little tiny bit of fries. I I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The cravings and the emotions, and I feel better, and I'm on my way. It's the best. You can't see the toenails. No, I'll tell the story. All right, well, you tell the story because you might have some other, like, you never remember anything. The one we used to walk to all the time, my dear. Well, Lady Autumn with the season 1, 1996. Here we go. There's toenails in what? The chicken nuggets? Jarella, listen. You know what? Now you're freaking me out. Don't steal my joy. Don't be a joy killer. Just let me. Every once in a while, I do it. Okay, every once in a while. But I did find the Be Real or Be Good or Bear Good. It's like a frozen chicken nugget. It's not like Purdue. It's not like Tyson. It's Bear Good. Something. It's called something like that. Good is in the name. Those chicken nuggies are very good. They're not gristly. They're not like they're actually really, really good. Mr. Kazi got a bag of Tyson. I got the kind that I got. So he went through his thing and then he starts, he starts wants more nugs. So he goes into bag of nugs that I told him he should be eating. And I got the text message. It's official. The Bear Good, Be Good nuggies are better than Tyson. And I'm like, well, yeah. And I think McDonald's is probably better than Tyson. Tyson? No, 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 no. I don't. I have a big ick all my life about meat gristle. Even as a kid, I hated breaded meat. So ground patties, ground. Oh. Yeah, I'm not a big gristle. I take the fat off my steak. I'm not into that. But I'm not giving up the nugs. I'm just not doing it. All right? I like it. Every once in a while, I do. My dad ruined Wendy's Frosties for me after explaining that it's not really ice cream. Wendy's Frosties are just not the same as they used to be. They're just not as sad. So I'm okay with not having that. We have a Mr. Softy stand. We have an actual stand. He's open 365 days a year. He might close for Christmas, but he's open all year round. Mr. My hubs is always like, "Do you want to go get ice cream?" And I know exactly where he's talking about. So we can go to Mr. Softy and get our custard anytime we want. We don't have to wait for the annoying truck to come around. What? Would the Be Good or Bear Good? Would the nuggies that I'm talking about spicy? Because I don't do spicy, but I bet they are. Once years ago seemed okay to me, but it's been like 30. They're not the same. Like back in the day, the chocolate one was like real chocolatey. And just like a McDonald's shake, you just dip your fries in that, and that, everybody dips their fries in the shake. Mm-mm. It's not the same anymore. Mr. Softy drives in your neighborhood. They're the best. We have the original stand over here. That the sound is annoying. But that's You got to get chocolate jimmies. Go up to the truck and say, I want a vanilla soft serve with chocolate jimmies. We calling them sprinkles. They're called jimmies. Who are you people? Prize one. Jarella, come on. You're in girl world. We're not like the girls, like, they're freaking Rosie, but like, 6 pounds of butter within a week. I can't do that. I just stocked up on my butter and it'll last me a couple of months. Sprinkles. Sprinkles. No, jimmies. Sprinkles are the little cute shaped ones, like my little hearts or my little bunny heads. Those are sprinkles. Just Bear. Okay. Is that what it's called? Just Bear? No, the ones I got are Be Real. Be Good. It's Be something. Yeah, this is the one I got. I'll show you. They have strips, patties, and nugs. It's this one, M-Flo. I'm telling you, it's good. See? Real good. I was close. I had good in there. Those are the nugs. Look out for those. Low carbs. I haven't steered you wrong yet. All right, Mr. Kazi got our story together. He took time. Here we go. All right, hold on. I got to go back because he started the story. Okay. This is a true story. This absolutely positively happened to us. Kimmy, Kazi, and I walked to get water ice while waiting in line. We noticed a bunch of people were standing over the bypass of the US 1 Roosevelt Boulevard. That's a crazy ass. That road. You know how to drive on it, or you're in trouble. On the boulevard, as we got closer in line, we kept seeing more and more people. We're standing on an overpass of the main highway. So after we got our water ice, being nosy, we walked over to see what was going on, and still even more people were aligning on the boulevard. Wait for it. Literally thousands of people in the warm early sun are standing around this main highway. He's building the anticipation. It was really a cool moment. Like, we've had some really cool moments. 6 lanes. Well, yeah, because they're divided, but then it merges into two to get you to the Schuylkill or City Line. You still gotta hop on the Schuylkill, like either way, but it gets you there. I'm the Boulevard is not that bad for me. If you know, you know. But the Boulevard's not that bad for me. The Boulevard I take 1000% over getting on the Schuylkill. I will not get on the Schuylkill. I won't do 476 at all. I won't do 76. I'm not doing any of those. So he's still typing. He's building the anticipation. So this is a cool moment for us. Grain-free, low carb only. Now listen, I'm talking about the yeah, Jarella, you got it. Then we saw it. A huge police escort coming southbound on US 1, police cars and police motorcycles driving slow, and behind them was a man running with the 96 Olympic torch. So when they had the Olympics, you know how they go around the country and they were running the torch? We saw the torch go by. That was a really cool moment. What was it in Atlanta that year? Was that when the Olympics were? I know they were here, and it was like, I think in Atlanta. And tickets out for good. Oof. That's one of my favorite songs, Cheryl. It's one of my favorite songs. And every time I get on the boulevard, I think about it. And sometimes I actually turn on the radio and Tiny Dancer is on. Boulevard's not that bad. Your husband's aunt ran the torch? It was Atlanta, yeah. It was wild. We just went to go get a water ice, and he's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "I don't know. We just took a walk. We were sitting there eating our thing." We always took a walk. Remember when we'd be in Manayunk and we'd go up to the custard stand? We'd walk up that big hill. I mean, we burned the calories before we got to get our ice cream, and then we walked back down the hill. We did that a lot. We did a lot of things back then. Best unplanned and oh, I didn't know that that was one of your highlights. I didn't know that that was one of your highlights. I mean, it was definitely unplanned and unscripted. Definitely. He used to punk me back then too. We didn't have a car. We would take SEPTA because it's Philly. So you didn't really need a car, especially where like we would go. He would do the music thing, and he'd be down on South Street. So we really didn't need a car. One summer, SEPTA took a strike. So we were like, well, how the hell are we going to get to the venue to do the bands that we booked? So we were leaving the house. I don't know how we got there. I don't know how we got there, but we got there. And he's like, well, don't worry. We're going to take a, I have a feeling we're going to take a limo home. And I'm like, whatever. It was talking about the lottery and it was talking about a limo and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So we go down there and we're working. The bands are going. The people are coming and going. It's the end of the night because you got to stay around for the sound guy to stop and pay everybody out. So it was always like 2:30 in the morning we were leaving the place. And then this limo comes pulling up and they're like, you want to ride? And I was like, how the hell did you know that? It was just recently, like a few months ago, that he told me that that was planned. He knew like the girls that rented the limo and they were going out on a birthday thing or a bachelorette thing. And he's like, stop by and pick us up and take us home. I really thought that was like a coincidence that he talked about it and then it happened. But he punked me. He knew all along that was coming, and I'm the idiot that fell along. That friggin' fell for the story. I fell for a lot of his shit. I still do. Southeastern Transportation Authority. Yeah, well, it's our public transportation. It's like New York. It's wild. Like New York is. Like, they have a website called People of SEPTA. And you don't want to be on SEPTA these days. Like the L, it was always kind of a little sketch. Now it's worse. It's worse. We need to walk around our new neighborhood, explore a little. Not this weekend though, too rainy. Yeah, I'm really excited for you. Like that's a great new adventure. You know, that's a great adventure. P.S. My flowers for Mother's Day are still kicking. Like those roses are really, really good. I don't know what brand she picked them out of, but they're doing good. I mean, they're on their way out, but they're still doing good for the next week. But as sure, oh, it always rains on Memorial Day though, and this is like the kickoff to summer down the shore. Like all the shore areas open. The boardwalks start to open. I want to go walk the boardwalk. I do. I want to go walk the boardwalk. I'm going to surprise the boy. If my brother comes over, I'm going to surprise the boys with a little dessert that I want to make. I love how he buys me flowers all the time. You guys know that. But ain't that great? Like they're still standing up. And well, some are fallen. So, some are dead and we got to pick them out. That's the other thing. Last night he tells me he's like, um, So when we go on, like, we're trying to get away during the weekend, like just take a little road trip. He's for whatever reason, I don't know how he found it, but there's like burgers and onion rings. They're supposed to be fantastic, and they're like an hour and a half away. So then he teases me last night. He's like, he's like, it's not like Burger King or anything like that. I said, if you drove me an hour and a half away to go to Burger King, which is the worst fast food place, in my opinion, I would be furious. You would not like that hour and a half ride home. You just wouldn't like that hour and a half ride home. So I don't know. Probably going north somewhere. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No. The shore is definitely like the Jersey Shore is when Memorial Day opens because it's the nice weather and stuff like that. Like summer. It's like unofficially summer Memorial Day. I don't go down there. I don't go anywhere near the shore area on holiday weekends. They are absolutely insane, crazy busy and crowded, and nobody's paying attention to their kids because they're drinking and having a good time. I just don't get involved. I'm like, nope. I'll go another day. I'll go another day. The shore I go to is more like the LBI's is more family oriented as far as like there's not there's like a little tiny boardwalk like a casino for the kids where they go in and they do the arcades, but it's mostly like chill area. So but I've always been that's been my secret place forever. Mr. Kazi likes Wildwood. Upbeat, it's wild. That's why they call it Wildwood. Yeah, you gotta avoid like people they don't you gotta realize like this area. That's like like you save up all year to do your vacation at the shore. And where was I? It was in 2016 because I remember I was in an office and I was talking to a woman and she's like, "Yeah, we're going, we every year we're cuz I was trying to schedule her an appointment and it was like, "No, I'm going to be down the shore." And I was like, "Oh, where do you go?" And she told me and I'm like, "You go there too?" And she's like, that's my favorite shore." So she said, then 10 years ago, it cost $3,500 to rent the house for 1 week. 1 week. I said, what? Back then. Now it's even more. And you gotta think, okay, it's a house, so you go food shopping and you get a lot of stuff and, like, maybe you cook, like, the breakfasts or whatever. But when you're out on vacation, there's, like, at least you're gonna down the shore, I don't know why pancake houses are, like, the thing to do, but you get, like, you weigh yourself down with pancakes and then go to the beach. Never understood it, but that's what happens. So, like, maybe you'll go out to breakfast the one day and take, like, a picnic to the beach. But then you're gonna go out, you gotta take the kids down here, you gotta go to the shops. It's like, that's a really I'd rather go somewhere. I'd rather go somewhere. That's at least a trip to London, at least a trip to Iceland. I can imagine. Oh, so see, that's a good thing. You could just take day trips back. That's what we do. We go down to LBI, we come back. We're not staying. Although I would like to stay. The one hotel that I absolutely love and is spectacular, it's on the ocean. Like you can get a room that faces the ocean. It's got a big double tub to soak in. And it's not one of those jacuzzi tubs. So it has the grit and grime in it. It's a regular tub and it's very clean. It's like a one night during the season is like $600. So this place is like, it's fruitful. But as soon as Labor Day hits, it dramatically goes down to $100 a night. I would love to go there. I'd love to go there one night with Mr. Cosby. Mhm. Just hang out. But he's not a big beach lover, you know? He's not a big beach guy. So we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Get rid of that. All right. So I got to remember, I got to Ugh, I gotta write this down because I gotta get going. Just do my. I just gotta throw together the potato salad. At least I thought ahead, and I'm not doing the potatoes and like putting it all together while it's piping hot and burning my freaking hands. All right, I got that up. Got that up. Got that. Look at us just Googling all kinds of stuff. We know Jarella hates chicken nuggets. Kazi Day Trip Channel. Oh, yeah. He's working on because we want to do day trips. Once he's feeling better and it's nice weather, we're probably going to kick it off with 4th of July because we are in Philadelphia. It is 250th anniversary of the country. It's going to be good. We're going to do it before 4th of July because all the people are going to be visiting around that time. But I want to do, I think we're allowed to record in the Constitution Center, and it's friggin' amazing. It's a really amazing place. It's like real nice. It's very interesting. I enjoyed it when I was there. I went there to see the Princess Diana exhibit. That was awesome. If Queen Elizabeth's exhibit comes around, we're going. We're going to be doing that one. Okay. Okay, Chicket. All right, you came. Do you want to tell everybody what you're eating now? Do you want to let everybody know what you're eating? This little girl. I had to incorporate pumpkin to give her some fiber. So she's got her probiotics and now she's getting fiber in her foods. We're going to see how that goes. I don't know what more I can do. I really don't. You're just a very expensive, high maintenance kitten. You got your twins in above ground pool? That is a good idea. You know, like, because then when you go to the public pools, like, I mean, public pool, like mine, I know is the HOA, but it's usually not too busy when I go, because I go first thing, when it opens. I just get in there, do a dip, and come out, get some sun. But having your own pool, the kids are excited about it. And you could just like, come on, let's go. They're getting on your nerves. Go splash. You know what I mean? Like, that's cute. Miri gets pumpkin in her food because she has chronic. Well, that was the thing. Like, Mr. Kazi was like, "Is this going to be good for her? She's going to get stopped up." I said, "No, because it's fiber. It's good for constipation or the diarrhea. So, like, we got to find a happy medium here." Ay, ay, ay. I just, we're trying. You can't get to it because busy peak times. I guess ours does too, but they do have adult night on Wednesdays. So from like, I think 6 to 9, only adults are allowed there. I've not been to the night one. I've not been, but I probably can because of my work hours now. But if you're one day late on that HOA and that assessment fee, you are not allowed access to the pool. I'm not shitting. They have a list. You have to show your badge, tell them what unit you're in, and then they like have a book where they'll let you know. I've seen people be no, you're not allowed access. I'm telling you this freaking HOA. Like, what? You're punishing people? God forbid you're one day late. In this economy, I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. I've been bitching about this HOA since we started the channel. That's what it is. Anyway, so caught you up on my week, and the guy who identifies as a dog. I'm telling you, these stories I can't make up. I was talking to my friend, and I'm like, literally, we can't make this up. Like, you've been with me since the start of this job and these adventures. I am not making any of this up. I'm not making any of it. When I talk to my therapist, she's just like, she's ready to listen to what I have to say about my job. And I said, I know that this is like, she does do therapy techniques with me through my job, but she's just as fascinated as I am. I said, if we write a book, I'll go under a pseudonym, and I'm not going to use names because of HIPAA. But not making this up. Mr. Kazi asks me every night, how you doing? I'm like, it's just another day. Anyway, so there's not much going on in the Royals with the Kates, but William did make, like, he went on the radio, which is, so there are some stories. The Prince Andrew investigation, the police have now expanded it to SA charges. So the first one, if you remember, they were doing, like, the money thing while in office. Now it's expanded to SA charges. So again, the rumors out there that Charles is going to abdicate, but I don't understand, unless, well, there's a rumor that he helped pay for Andrew's nonsense, but I still don't understand why he would abdicate the throne for what his brother did. Because then it would be like, well, William's the same part, even though William was young. I'm not saying that, but he's part of the family too. So I don't believe the rumors that he's going to step down from being king. I don't think that. I think if he were to step down, it would be because his health, he can't do it. But then I also can't see him stepping down because he's waited his whole life to be king. I don't think Camilla would enjoy not having, you know, the spotlight. That witch. I was so mad when I saw them do the speech at the parliament. Please stop yawning loud because I feel like I'm boring you. I could hear him down there, and he's like, "Arr!" He sounds like, the bear. I love you. Um, but anyway, they addressed parliament. And so he was in his regal gear and his crown. And she was in Queen Elizabeth's crown, and it pissed me off. It really pissed me off. I'm like, she doesn't deserve to wear that. She's queen consort. And then I thought, well, then, like, I'd be a hypocrite when Kate's wearing it. But I want to see Kate in that crown. And, like, that's how we are over here. So the big story this week is how the, Megnut went over. I'm curious to know why they're being so secretive about the king's cancer. We still don't know what type it is or how it's going on. I guess I don't know. Didn't we find out it was like pancreatic or something like that? Isn't it something like that? I Pancreatic cancer goes real fast. You know, it's a fast acting. I mean, all cancer is, ravenous. Is that a word? Ravenous? Ravenous? Ravenous. Anyway, it's awful, all of them. But I do believe there was like a rumor there, like it was pancreatic. We didn't find out what Kate had. I believe she had like something going on with the lady bits. I think that's what it was. And that's what the emergency surgery was. Or what, like, whatever the surgery was. I think that she might have had to have, like, you know, the female stuff going on. I think that's what it was. But she's healthy, happy, we're good. King is walking around. A bird shit on his jacket the other day, and somebody tried giving him a new jacket so he can carry on about, like, the walkabout. And he's like, well, he had a real good sense of humor about it. He's like, at least it wasn't on my head. And he just, continued to say hello to people. And then, he went and got a new jacket. He didn't take the stranger's jacket, which was cool. I mean, he is kind of funny sometimes, right? But anyway, Megan, this bitch, her platform that she's standing on, one of them, besides, candles, is her trying to, put the word out that children shouldn't be a part of social media. Like, we have to protect our children with social media. I mean, children and adults need to be checked, need to internet responsibly. So she was in Geneva, and it was said to be this whole big speech and public appearance. Now she's one that's like, that her and Harry are still trying to get this friggin' royal protection, royal security, and they're not. They're not going for it. No matter how many times you go to court, Harry, you're wasting friggin' taxpayers and your money. You're not getting it. You're no longer a working royal. You're not going to get royal security. It's just that simple. So she's over there in Geneva. Hilarious. Hilarious. She's doing her speech, and this one who wants all eyes on her. Let me just. Come on. I literally asked not to do that, but okay. Here is her public appearance.
To see who she is. No one cares. They've blocked off the entire road there behind her so that it's just pedestrian, and so people could gather in between those barricades to watch her. That is what that's for people on foot to come in and stand up and watch. Nobody has done that. And in this footage,
no one showed up. No one showed up for her. Poor thing. The palace is keeping the type of cancer, apparently, to raise awareness about all types of cancer. There was an issue with his prostate. Ah, prostate. Where did you guys go? Am I still here? It does suck to suck. Oh, no. I went to black. Am I still here? My computer faded to black. If I suddenly poof, I don't know what's going on with my computer. That's not a good thing. Lilith! All right. I don't know what to do. Like, everything is black. Hold on. This has happened, before. All right, I'm going to go out and I'm going to come back in. Remember when my screen would go black and I would have... Oh, wait, I'm back. It's bouncing. But it's not bouncing on your end. It's only bouncing for me. And I'm stuck. So I don't know. Can I screen share? It goes black again. Can you see it? It's triggering this is real bad. Real bad. Hold on. Leave the site. I'm coming back. It still says I'm recording. It still says I'm live. That's a good thing. I don't know if you can hear me, but here we are. Okay. I think we're back. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Okay. So I lost all my tabs. I had two more stories. I wanted to talk about. Yeah. I don't know what it was. It was blinking and somebody, you can't see that. Meg Nuttrick, that's probably what it is, because we hardly ever talk about her over here. But I think it's hilarious that she makes a big stink and she was completely and totally made an ass out of in another country, and it was broadcast all over and no one showed up. The people in the background, there was a bus stop in the background. People in the background were just trying to get public transportation. They weren't sitting there talking to her, listening to what she had to say. So good on you. Good on you. This is what it's going to be like. You're not, you did this. You could have had the world eyes like you want. You just didn't want it that way. You wanted to make an ass out of the monarchy, and you're going to be famous for the rest of your life for doing that. So anyway, but the thing with her in the social media is she keeps toying with her children. Like the children will be in the background, and they're not like their faces aren't really being exposed. It's very rare that you see the kids, but you'll hear them in the background, and you'll see like you know um the kids in the picture in far off in the distance. And somebody had a good point. I watched Dan Wooten. Somebody put a comment up. Do you think that she's waiting on the right amount of money to give her children's pictures? Like she's going to cash in on the reveal? And I wouldn't put it past her. I wouldn't put it past her. She is trying to do things that a working royal would do. Idiot. You watching Bali? She did. She did fumble the royal bag because she could have, like, she's always wanted to be the center of attention. And the balls that she thinks that she should be on equal footing as Catherine just baffles me. It literally baffles me because she really thinks that. You're looking like a friggin' you're wearing. Oh my gosh. Oh, please let me show this. No. Kim. There it is. Found it. Maybe this one's better. All right, you got to see this because you know how she was like trying to wear the same things as Diana, and relive those moments for, supposedly Harry, whatever, like the sweatshirt and just different things. She's trying to wear the same kind of outfits that Diana would wear. Look at what this bitch just did. Sorry, I don't normally talk about women like that, but this woman is like this is crazy. And PS, if you saw me call Rosie fat the other day, I apologize because I usually don't talk about women like that. I don't like talking about women like that. I'm usually like, I'll straighten your crown other than knock it off your head. But she pissed me off so bad. I she pissed me off real bad. It was yesterday I did it. Oh, come on. Seriously. Get out of there. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. There we go. And why are you going to? So Kate was at, this is what I'm saying. Like there's Lily down there. Kate was at the 100th birthday of, in the palace when they had everybody come out and celebrate what would have been the Queen's 100th birthday. And she was like in her lilac outfit. She paid tribute to the Queen with like the pearls and the bracelet and all that. Now look at what this one does. Almost 2 weeks later, she's trying to emulate, Catherine. Look at how wrinkly and baggy. The Duchess of Duplicity. I mean, really. But you're never, ever, ever going to stand up. You're never, ever, ever, ever going to be Catherine. It's just not going to happen. It's embarrassing to even try. It's embarrassing. Now, Do people have, like, are people wearing, like, the same colors? Of course, there's only so many colors that you can wear, right? Even though there's a billion colors. But weeks after to get attention, and this was when Catherine was in Italy, like, doing her tour, which, by the way, was extremely successful. And nobody knew, even Prince William didn't know that she knew how to speak Italian until, she did it. This woman is crazy. Or like, incredible. Megan's crazy. So you're putting out the same color dress when Catherine's over there, doing groundbreaking stuff. Like, how pathetic. I feel bad for you. Poor thing. You poor thing. You could have had it all, but you let it go. And you're keeping your kids from what their legacy is. I swear I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad. Because they're going to be wild. Like, they don't have the etiquette. They're not being raised with, the rules and all of that. Yeah, okay. Might not be for us, but if it were your legacy, wouldn't you be upset? Exactly. That's the other thing. Like, Lily was on her, like, at her feet. Like, this woman is crazy. It's like they're not even our children. Like, you're not. It just, they may not be our children. We don't know. We don't know. But Catherine was out of the picture this week. She wasn't really doing too much. Oh, I want to do. I can't go into Facebook because it doxes me. I can't find it. Well, I can find it, but the clip I wanna play is, like, on Facebook, and it, like, if I open it, it's gonna dox me, and I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. Like, I'm not in the mood for anything, just saying. Countess of Yuck. Yeah, with Diana. I'm sorry, I'm reading all the because I was trying to forget. Docs free zone, please. Exactly. Could you imagine? I did that one time. I shared Facebook, and we were in the middle of something, and then the next thing you know, I saw, like, my information. It was too late. So as soon as we got to, I literally didn't see it. And I was like, shit, I was panicking, but nobody saw that. It was towards the end of a live. So as soon as the live ended, I went and I privated it. It's private. It's never going to go up because I can't find it now. I don't remember which one. But I'm never sharing a Facebook thing. So just FYI to everybody, if you're doing StreamYards and you want to share something on Facebook, I'm not logged in. I don't do Facebook anymore. But if you log in, just looking at something, it's going to show your information. It's going to ask you to sign in, and all your info is going to be there. So just, keep that in mind. Stepping away. Yeah, like, my phone number was there. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I'll just block people if I started getting, like, funny calls. But I mean, we weren't there long, but I was panicking, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And we were live for like another 15 minutes, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna, like, shut this one down. And my good friend texts me, and she's like, why isn't it up? And I'm like, because I doxed myself. I didn't know. I didn't know. Well, I guess, but see, what the thing is that I use my phone for the camera instead of the laptop. I guess I could take the screenshot, email it, and then do all of that. But it was like a little video. Prince William was on the radio and they were asking him all kinds of questions. He's been opening up personally lately. He did that thing with Eugene Levy, the interview with him, and was talking about private stuff. And then he went and was on the path for that guy who is a cyclist, and he jumped on the back with him, and they were like, joking around and stuff like that. So he's showing like, that he's like, royal, but then he's also showing like a human side, which is cool. I like that. So he was on the radio and he was talking about his wife in Sicily and said that he was very proud of her. It was her first solo tour and she's looking forward to more. That he didn't know that she spoke Italian when, they caught her, talking to the she didn't speak Italian the whole time, but she did, have a conversation and he was like, oh, she was brushing up on that. And then he also said that when she's talking about one of her, her, oh my God, I'm blanking, her charities or, what she's trying, her message that she's trying to get out. She studies from morning till night. He said, I even have to like get papers out of the way to get in bed because she like dives deep into the research so she knows what she's talking about. And I'm like, I can say it. And then he said, like they asked him about the cancer and how he must have felt when he got it. And he said, we were devastated because the children and I just could not cope without her. Like she's what keeps everything together. And you can just tell that she does everything. Let's just face it. You can't be jealous of the woman. You just got to get over if there's a little part of jealousy in you, you got to get the hell over that because she, she just, she's just a great person. There's my soapbox. He has a private side like that, but he's learned to open up. Yeah, I think he's opening up because of Kate. They want to modernize the monarchy. We say it all the time. We're going to be here for, for the coronation, no matter what time it is. It's an all-day event. We'll be here, just like the mummers. We're going to be here. Can't wait to see her in the crown, because she will be in the crown that day. Or gown and crown. And then like to see the little ones, like what are they gonna, what are they gonna wear and stuff like that. That's gonna be really cool. I can't wait for that. It's true. I think she solidified that like long before. I think she probably solidified that on her wedding day when she came out. Like, obviously, her gown was gorgeous and the wedding was huge and all of that. But she was extremely graceful. Could you imagine getting married in front of billions of people? Billions of people and all those people outside the church and at Buckingham Palace. Could you imagine? I was nervous as shit in front of the 12 or 14 people I was in front of. So yeah, I think she solidified it then when she was like graceful and everything was I mean, obviously before she got married, they knew she was the real deal, but they saw what was to come that day. Tick the toad off. Well, she keeps trying to, mimic her, and it's not working. And for her to be in Geneva and nobody show up to her like speech, that's gotta sock it to her. I mean, that drives the message home. But she won't. She won't. She don't. She cares, but she'll just keep on going because she's an idiot. You just made mint tea. He loves it. He's always telling me to buy mint, like the fresh mint. He's always telling me to buy it. She did expect it from the beginning. She really did. So anyway, and the other thing that's going, well, it's pissing them off now, and it's all a buzz because it's coming up. I think June 6th, um, Princess Anne's son is getting married. Again, it's their second marriage. He's getting married, and it's going to be a small event, but the royals are going to be there. So Charles and Camilla will be there, and William and Kate are expected to be there along with their children. Harry and Megs were not invited. Even Beatrice and Eugenia are going to the wedding. They're not invited. They're not invited. So everybody's saying like, oh, Megan's going to pull a, publicity stunt and like, do something so that the news, they do something, they get headlines too. And it's like, does anybody care? Like, you're in People magazine. You're in People magazine. Like, yeah, People's popular and it's a huge magazine, but it's a tabloid. It's just it's not something that, like, if you're a royal, it's really not something that you want to continually be in every week. Dumbass. You have a mint plant? Very easy to grow. Just keep it in a pot or it'll take over the yard. Well, I'd love to grow basil and mint, and I'd have to put it in a pot outside. So I have direct sunlight for hours and hours a day beaming into the house. And that I don't have like a cover or anything over in my front yard. Because if the ones across the street can be a hoarder on the lawn, I don't see why I couldn't put a couple of plants. Although, well, the landscapers don't use the mulch. But will like the direct sunlight kill it? Is something like, I don't know. I listen, I can't keep plants alive, right? I'm getting by keeping Mr. Kazi and the cats. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I don't have the green thumbs. She will find a way to get the attention. She absolutely is going to find a way. No, it's hardy, so I could. Well, we gotta think about that. Because like I'll get him the pack of fresh mint, and he doesn't go through it quick enough. And it starts to get wilty and all of that stuff. And sometimes he's got to throw it out because it's gone bad. I don't know. We'll see. It's probably not going to happen, but it's nice to ask. You know how I am. You know how I roll. You just got time because you can't live without it. Oh, that's a good idea. But he drinks hot tea. Mr. Kazi, that's an idea. You have cilantro. See, I'm allergic to the cilantro. I'll be breaking out my spot, my psoriasis will be all over my face. I like basil because it's like it makes like things. It gives it a fresh flavor. Like I have a meatball recipe that I want to try, and it calls for fresh basil and fresh parsley. I don't know about the basil. I think I might put the basil in the sauce, but fresh parsley in the meatballs sounds like a good time. And the girl that I saw make it, she put the breadcrumbs in a bowl and then put the milk, because you got to use milk for your meatballs. She put the breadcrumbs in a bowl, put the milk in the breadcrumbs, let the breadcrumbs soak up the milk because they were the seasoned Italian breadcrumbs. She did that and then she mixed it together. So you got your milk in there and you got your breadcrumbs and the egg. But she put fresh parsley in it and made the balls. I was like, that's a good idea. I put it in a dry bag, super easy. All right. Well, as long as that, I don't know. I mean, I think we should. But I don't use I don't use the basil often enough. Although it would be good, like, in like I could make pasta scallop minus the pasta. Or I want to try, Mr. Kazi would probably like it. I'm probably going to have to, it's probably going to be like a date. I just had a date for the first time in my life a couple of weeks ago. Mr. Kazi would probably be more for the chickpea pasta. I'm not a big pasta eater, so I don't know if I would really be too concerned about the texture because I'm really not into pasta. Lemon basil, then they hibernate. Mixed variety. I don't know. Drill, you know all kinds of stuff about. Look, Tater is the plant lady. I know she's the plant lady. She's always there out in the garden doing her plants. You're our personal trainer with the vitamins. Ugh. Anyway, so if you have a vet in your family, please thank them from me because it's a huge sacrifice that they take. It really is a huge sacrifice. And what we got going on in the world right now, it's a scary time. But I think that the vets definitely, they deserve more than one day, but Memorial Day is a special holiday. Fly your flag with pride and thank the vets because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be able to say whatever the hell we want to say. Okay? Whether you agree with it or not, no matter who's running the country, it's the USA. There's my speech. So thank a vet. Yeah, we have Veterans Day. But Memorial Day, like I mean, you know what I'm saying. Like I just Memorial Day's for those that we lost. So let me go downstairs and prep my burgers because I got fresh ground beef instead of we get fresh patties, but I got the beef and I'm gonna make my own patties. I want to do that. Finish the potato salad, do laundry, and just chill for today. It's raining. So, you guys have a great weekend. I hope you get a good juicy burger if that's your thing. If that's your thing. You don't have to have all the fattening stuff. You can just have a burger or a hot dog. Anyway, I will see you guys tonight at 7 o'clock on a couple of questions. We're talking about Corey Richins. Apparently, she murdered her husband and wrote a book. We're gonna find out tonight. Mr. Kazi has the info. So definitely come out if you're not doing anything. We'll be there. All right. Do you want Mr. Kazi, do you want to are you on the channel? Hold on. You guys are pretty much subscribed. Let me just share the channel real quick and then we'll get out of here. There we go. Hold on, hold the buyer. I'm gonna put it in. What the frig? You serious? Oh my word. Of course. We are so down in the. There we go. Hold the wire. Somebody probably already dropped it. Copy. Tonight at 7 p.m. There you go. If you're around, come hang out. It's a holiday weekend, so whatever. We're just going to be, perusing the news. thank you guys for being here, listening to us babble. Oh my gosh, we're going on 3 hours. We got to get the hell out of here. You guys have a great weekend. And again, think of it.